What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Don Chi, back again, once again, and this time we're gonna be going over my top 5 favorite books of all time. Top 5 books that changed my life forever, man. I'm happy to share this list with y'all. It's custom made. These are just some books that have helped me out in my life personally over the past few years, and I'm happy to share them with y'all. So let's just get into it, man. No BS, no gimmicks. First up on my list, we got The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F, man. A beep by my boy Mark Manson. I know this book is in a lot of y'all top 5, top tens. This book I really appreciate it. I got my hands on this book first because my sister had it. It was on her bookshelf, and of course I stole it and gave it a read. But this book really teaches you just as the title says, to stop giving an F, and you'll find that just as a society, as people, individuals, we just give too many F's, man. We give too many fucks about people's opinions, be judging ourselves, be overthinking. So this book really teaches you how to think from a different perspective. Even the first chapter is called "Don't Try," like don't even try. And a lot of the time, we find ourselves trying too hard or trying to force things to make things happen. And a lot of time, if you just let go and stop giving an F, some things will just land in your lap and naturally just come to you. So that's just one example. Another example is another chapter is called "You're wrong about everything and so am I," or something like that. And I love that too because a lot of the time we feel our need that we have to be right so many times, like right and wrong, all that stuff. But you know, nobody has all the answers pretty much, and it's okay if you're wrong as long as you're willing to learn. And yeah, it just has a lot of good lessons in this book. And I know that it's received a lot of awards, and I think they just did a film about it this past year as well. I read recently. So this is definitely at my top 5, man. Number 5 coming at y'all. This is The Subtle Art Not Giving a Fuck. Y'all definitely pick this up. This is a great read. Um, yeah. Next up on my list, man, I have to put a number 4, The Four Agreements, bro. I know this is also on a lot of people's top um 5 uh favorite books of all time, man. This is a great read, great and simple, easy read as well. I think there's only about 100 pages in this whole book. But before the book even starts, it automatically gives you the 4 agreements right off the bat. The first one being be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Number 2. Number 3, don't make assumptions. And then number 4 is always do your best. And so, of course, reading through the book, it goes into more detail about each agreement. But if you can make these agreements within yourself, for yourself, with yourself, then it'll greatly change your perspective and make you into a better version of yourself. This is a great book, easy, applies to anyone, everyone, religion, spiritual backgrounds, all that stuff. So definitely a token wisdom book here. So check that out. And then at number 3 is a book that I own, but I actually don't have because I let someone borrow it. But it is The Power of Now, y'all. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I hope I'm saying his name right. But this book here, man, dare I say that it helped me cure my depression, my anxiety, and all my worries, man. It just taught you how to think in a present perspective, and it really allowed you to examine the areas of your life where you're thinking too far in the past, and that causes depression when you're thinking too much about what it coulda, shoulda happened, and then you're thinking too much uh, far ahead into the future on what could happen, what's going to happen, things like that, and it allows you to come back into that present moment. So it really teaches you how to quiet your mind, how to be still and be and overall just how to bring your mind into a present moment. It's not like a meditation book, I'd say, but it just really teaches you um the power of now, how to be in the now moments, how to do things to bring you back into the present. And I really have a lot of appreciation for that book and Eckhart Tolle as an author because he's written a lot of great books, but that's definitely on my list. Power of Now. Check that out, y'all. If y'all want some spiritual awakening, spiritual guidance, that's definitely one for you. And at number 4 is another one that I own, but I don't have with me, or maybe own once, but it's got to be Rich Dad Poor Dad, y'all. Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I think that's how you say his name. But I read this book a few years ago, back in like 2016, 2017, And honestly, this book was kind of the start for me on my kind of my book journey and wanting to, being hungry for the consumption of knowledge. And this book, if you haven't read it, it goes into detail about the author and how his dad was very traditional in the American lifestyle of um, just kind of go to work, get paid, and have a regular job. And then his friend's dad was actually the rich dad who did things a little more proactively, did things different than the system or what we were taught, and ended up getting rich later in life. Whereas his dad was the more traditional route and didn't end up rich, maybe just average or middle class. But definitely rewires the way we think about our system, the things that we've been taught, the paths of life, and really helped me open my eyes to, that there are no rules in this thing. You just got to get it how you live it. And yeah, the differences between this and that. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's a great book. If you haven't read it, I would definitely recommend that book. Definitely on my list. And last but certainly not least, y'all, man, my favorite book and possibly one of my favorite books of all time stays on the shelf, stays in rotation. That book has got to be Think and Grow Rich, y'all, by Napoleon Hill. You cannot miss with this book, fam. I'm telling y'all, fam. I call this book, dare I say, my own Bible. This is my Bible. I call this book my Bible, man. This is the guidance of life right here. Think and Grow Rich, man. It teaches you so much. I have to credit this book primarily for teaching me how to manifest, man. Manifest. It teaches you how to be aware of your thoughts and that thoughts really are things. And when you can learn how to control your thoughts, you can really begin to make a better future for yourself and manifest the things that you want. And I know it says think and grow rich, but it's really think and grow anything that you want. You can, it's not by monetary means necessarily just money, but if you want to grow richer in your relationships, you want to grow richer in yourself, and richer in a certain your craft or anything like that, it just teaches you how to think, fam. So it has a lot of great examples in here, lots of great stories. Another one of my favorite things about this book is at the end of the book it actually lists out the 6 basic fears. And when you uh, read the fears, I think some of them are the fear of poverty, the fear of failure, um, just things like that. When you apply those fears to your own life and really begin to examine them, then you can begin to conquer them as you learn about them. So I've learned so much from this book, man. I keep this book in my rotation. I try to read it like once a month, at least once every 3 months. And there's also a couple of versions of this book actually too. There's a black choice, Think and Grow Rich, a black choice by Dennis K. I forgot his last name, but there's different versions of this book as well, and I have that one as well that my father owned actually, and I didn't even know that he owned it. He passed away when I was younger. I didn't even know he owned it until after I read this book. I told my mom about it, and my mom was like, "Oh, I think your father actually had that book." And there you go. There you have it. He's got the same book by just a different version of it. So, anyway, this book is a great staple on my life, man. I would highly recommend this book. Keep it in your rotation, bro. This is a gem gold right here, y'all. Check it out. And just for honorable mention for shits and giggles, man, I have this book on my list. This is How Not to Be Wrong: The Power of Mathematical Thinking by Jordan Ellenberg. I read this book once, and I think I picked it up from a YouTube video or something like that. But I really love this book as well because if you're not aware, our entire life is a matrix pretty much, and life is based on numbers. So if you can learn how to think numerically or mathematically, you can increase your chances of winning in life. So this is one of those books. It's not really a math book. I wouldn't even say it's a math book. It's kind of fun, but it really just teaches you how to think in general, as well as far as numbers and probabilities and things like that. um, and how not to be wrong. You can, if you use mathematics, then you can have that on your side all the time. So this is definitely a fun book, and one that I would recommend on my honorable mention list as well. So there you have it, y'all. Thank y'all for watching this video, man. If you enjoyed this, y'all make sure y'all drop a like and subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, I definitely wouldn't mind doing them. But those are my top 5 books of all time so far. If y'all have any books to recommend me, please leave them in the comments. And also, I make music. I'm a musician, so y'all check out some of my music too. I be try to put my knowledge into my songs. So y'all check that out. And then until next time, y'all. Appreciate it. Chee!